These photos here represent when surfing first started in Port Macquarie. As shown by the top two photos, the guys used to get around their oyster leases on what they call duck punts.
Okay.
And then one day they thought they might try their luck at surfing. So they made surf skis, as shown here,
Right.
and took them down to Town Beach and rode the waves. And this was back in 1912, so we can lay claim to be one of the first places in Australia where surfing actually happened. And then with the surfboards, what we've done is broken them up into eras, showing how the evolution of surfboard designs changed. The first section here represents the Bird Rock, which is an annual surfing event held in memory of surfers who have passed away. And it's virtually the longest going memorial competition in Australia. And then the next section we've devoted to women in surfing, because there's a ladies' club down at Bonny Hills known as the Mid-North Coast Girls Association. That photo there represents the girls who are in the 1964 Australian titles. Here in Port Macquarie, we've had two world champions. There's Michael Epperson and then Damien King. Damien King won 2 world titles in a Pipeline Masters event. This board here is what he's won his first world title on, and you'll see it at the top, First Mum, and he dedicated the win to his mother, who unfortunately passed away 6 months prior. This, what I'm holding here, is virtually one of the first bodyboards that was ever built by a gentleman called Les Gillette. So we've got a lot of local history, as well as sort of boards from Sydney, Newcastle, Central Coast from manufacturers there. We've got a bit of a library here for people to sit down and they can read through old surf magazines. And then we've got skateboards, we want to include those, so we've got a great collection of old skateboards as well, vintage skateboards. That's what's called a spoon. It's virtually the start of knee boards. These photos that we have here is for the 1964 world titles, and it's the first world title that was held, and the person who was judging at the time was a gentleman called Ken Williams, who's now a local resident of Port Macquarie, and he was a local legend down at Cronulla. He was one of the pioneers of surfing back in the early 60s, and he's been living now in Port Macquarie for just on about 50 years. Our goal is to try to achieve a site to build a museum, and that's progressing extremely well. And hopefully by the 30th of June, we'll know for sure by council whether they're going to allow us to occupy the land that's opposite Oxley Beach there.